Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's reading. Of course, you know me as Stan, the Shadow Seeker, and we will jump right into the reading. I will be starting with the What's the Vibe deck. We're going to ascertain what it is you need to know and what it is you need to hear from Spirit. Okay, so for our opening cards, we have some beautiful energy here to start out with. We have the feminine energy card, and it says gentleness, nurturing, mothering. And it's paired here with the soulmate card, which says twin flame, and it also says friendship, romantic partner. And we also have the family card, which says blood ties and inner circle. So I am feeling really positive energy here. I'm not feeling anything really negative going on. But it really feels like Spirit is really asking or saying right now, I'm still feeling like this Mercury retrograde type of energy because, of course, we're in Mercury retrograde. But it feels like Spirit is whispering or really kind of highlighting to you right now to really soften into truth about your relationships, truth about your needs, and truth about what love actually feels like when it's safe. It feels like right now your heart is trying to lead, but the wounds of soul contracts, family, past burdens, they're still lingering in a sense. So, right now, you might want to ask yourself, how do you nurture yourself when others are needy? And what does true soulmate energy feel like versus what you fantasize about? Or have you confused proximity and loyalty with love and alignment? And the reason I say that is because with this feminine energy card, it really feels like Spirit is wanting you to return to a healing type of energy, to really focus on that, really focus on nurturing yourself, especially after cycles of prolonged emotional tension and betrayal. These are threads of energy that I'm feeling in the collective. And Spirit is really calling the collective to rest in this type of energy. And with this soulmate card, I'm really sensing that a lot of divine relationships are being highlighted right now, whatever that may look like for you, whether they're karmic, whether it's something with family, or whether it's a past relationship that's surfacing again because of the Mercury retrograde. So it's like Spirit wants you to really examine the role of these spiritual bonds. Are they nourishing? Are they draining? Are they sacred reflections? Are they illusions? And with this family card, it really feels like there's a lot of generational trauma or ancestral karma that's really linked to some sort of pattern that you've been cycling through over lifetimes. So it feels really powerful. It really does. Okay, our next set of cards is the toxic card. It says drama, arguments, incompatible. And it's paired here with the cutting ties card, which says freedom, standing up, awaken, and the exhausted card, which says burned out, burdened, empty. So this right here is what's really draining the collective right now. There's a lot of patterns of drama, conflict, energetic incompatibility with certain connections. And Spirit is really calling for liberation. It's really highlighting a lot of these negative, lower vibrational energies that you're entangled in right now to really awaken or really see the truth of what's happening here within a particular connection or bond. Because right now you're being really energetically depleted, burnt out, spiritually exhausted, really emotionally emptied. And so Spirit is really highlighting a lot of this because it wants you to purge a lot of this unresolved trauma, a lot of this guilt based connection or toxic patterns. It's just a lot of negative, like what I used to call gray matter in the earlier readings. a lot of that accumulated negative lower vibrational energy that is still cycling through you at the present moment in time. And so right now it's really essential for you to purge this type of energy. Spirit is really wanting you right now to recognize which soul bonds are meant to evolve, dissolve, or be honored at the present moment in time. Now, even though I say present moment in time, I do want you to keep in mind this is actually a timeless reading. So, whenever it's meant to find you in the collective, whether you are part of the collective that I channel into every week, the specific collective, or if this video actually finds you, this is a timeless reading. So, you'll hear this when you need to. So, we have the solitude card, which says spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. We also have the gratitude card, which came out, and it says, there's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. These are really very direct messages from spirit and from your spirit guides, your spirit team, whomever you align with on a higher plane of existence. These messages are really speaking to a lot of this energy dynamics that you've been going through for quite some time. And so right now really is your chance to really sit in stillness. That's what spirit is really wanting you to do. And be grateful for that, because in that stillness, you'll find a lot of the clarity and the answers to how you should proceed when it comes to certain circumstances in your life, especially with these soul bonds. So, switching to the tarot as I'm shuffling, we have here the Nine of Wands in the upright position. And I'm not really surprised to see this because this card is really actually echoing right now the exhausted and the toxic oracle cards that came out earlier. So it's really confirming that the collective has really survived a storm, but now they have a choice to make. And your choices are to either keep fighting the same battle or to step into a new cycle. And we also have the Page of Wands here. And oh, we have the Two of Wands as well. So a lot of fire sign energy. So this page right here, what I'm feeling with this energy is that after this hardship that you've endured, that there's this renewed inspiration or a spark of energy, curiosity, or possibly even a new desire to explore life from a more joyful, independent place. This is like the energy of someone that is really unburdened and ready to dip into some sort of passionate endeavor or reclaiming their own flame after letting other people, dim your light, is what it feels like. So this really is actually connecting very strongly with the cutting ties card that came out earlier. And with this Two of Wands, this is like the bridge between the idea of the new life and the act of stepping into it. So this really is reflecting strategic planning and really looking at the options ahead while keeping an eye on the past. It's like you're asking yourself right now, where do I go from here? And am I brave enough to leave the comfort zone? So for many of you in the collective, it's like a door is opening and that you must choose to either step into it, and not like dream about it, you have to choose to walk through it in a sense. But see, this is like just kind of like the plan or the idea, it's not really you actually like stepping into it, but you're really formulating right now. You're really thinking very passionately or with a lot of fire or like a lot of fiery energy rather about how you want to proceed. So it's almost like being at a crossroads between survival and sacred expansion. And really Spirit is highlighting a lot of things for you right now to show you that you're no longer obligated to drag old weight into the next chapter of your life. Yeah, you may have endured a lot of emotional exhaustion or karmic recycling, but you have this opportunity to really purge a lot of that and really step into something that's a lot more grand and much better aligned for you, is what it feels like. Our next card is the Two of Pentacles reversed. So, this is really speaking to a lot of this imbalance of energy or overwhelm that you've been really juggling for quite some time right now. And because of what's happening right now in this particular Mercury retrograde for you, what I am sensing is that whatever is no longer going to be sustainable for you, you're not going to be able to hold it. You're not going to be able to hold space for others' healing while neglecting your own balance. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to be really in this particular energy, which is going to feel like a cracking point before a breakthrough, where something is going to happen that is going to force you to really let go and let God, so to speak. So it's almost like a tower moment, but it's really not. It's really more like something that's going to happen in your 3D circumstances that is going to really show you that you can't hold space for what no longer aligns for you. You have to let it go. You have to purge it in order to let something new in. That's exactly what it feels like. So you'll know what I'm talking about as it occurs, because I get the sense that it's something that you've been dealing with for quite some time. So you're already consciously aware of it in the 3D. It's not something that's just going to like sneak up on you. So when things start to crumble, don't look at it as a punishment. Look at it as a release, because that's exactly what it's going to be. And we have the World card. So this confirms that the cycle soon will be over. And you don't need to repeat whatever that cycle is, because you've already learned the soul lesson behind it. So this is where a lot of the soul contracts dissolve, the illusions, and you really are stepping into a new timeline that begins to take form. And the next card we have is the Ten of Swords. Oh, and it also came out, this came out in the upright position, but it came out with the King of Wands reversed. And so I'm really sensing here that some sort of painful ending has been reached at a non negotiable end. I know it sounds really strange to say, but that's what it feels like for many of us in the collective. So, for some of you, if you've been betrayed recently or backstabbed and are suffering from some sort of emotional exhaustion because of it, whatever that is that's over now, it's bringing a lot of liberation. So you can only rise from this. You can't go lower from this. And with this King of Wands, this is actually sort of like a warning in a sense. It really actually represents someone in your personal life that may be controlling, charismatic, but manipulative, or really trying to influence you without integrity. And it feels like a toxic masculine type of energy. It could be a fire sign, so someone that's a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but someone that's really like ego driven, but they're really self serving. And this is like you really having to make a choice to purge this part of you that this person represents that no longer is sustainable for you, so that you can live a more authentic lifestyle, whatever that may look like for you, and reclaim your fire. Because there's a lot of misaligned power dynamics, is what it feels like. And it does feel like it surrounds this masculine type of energy. So it doesn't actually have to be a male. It could be, someone that represents a masculine archetype. But It's someone that really is manipulative or really trying to control you or has been controlling you. But see, you're leveling up. It's just that this person is almost like the final test, the final straw, so to speak. So it's really up to you on how you get out of this particular entanglement. You are the conscious creator of your life, so you get to choose how a lot of this plays out. So it's really up to you because I get the sense that you really are craving, your soul is really craving the timeline of freedom, mastery, and divine purpose, whatever that looks like for you. But whomever this particular energy is, this particular toxic masculine energy, this is sort of like the final test for you. And I know some of you in the collective that I'm speaking to know what I'm talking about. You know what this looks like for you in the 3D. And you really actually know, you really have a strong intuition of what you need to do in order to get out of this particular energy dynamic. But it's just all really up to you. So you either have the choice of letting it all kind of fall and crumble and returning to this old pattern or cycle that really is not sustainable for you, or to actually just let go, let God, and just let everything be released. So it's really up to you on how you want things to play out in this particular scenario. Now, I feel guided to end the reading here. So this might be considered one of the many readings that I've been doing recently, except for the last one that I had a hard time uploading. But we are going to draw one final oracle card just to sum up the energy here in the reading. Okay, and as I was shuffling, four cards came out, and these are all very direct messages. A lot of these messages actually tie into the previous video, the one that I had a hard time uploading last week. So I definitely recommend checking out that video, as I feel like this reading is actually a continuation of that particular energy. So the first card that came out is actually a card that I believe came out in the last reading, and it says reward and recognition. It says, congratulations, your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and your own power. And oh, all of these cards were stuck together, so it's actually four cards. I thought it was two. Or I might have actually said it was four, I can't remember. But anyway, the next card is the abundance card, and it says, you're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step toward receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it's on the way. I feel like that also came out in the last reading, so again, I definitely recommend checking that out. The next card says connect to intuition. So this is actually really kind of funny that this card came out, because that's what I've been saying a little bit earlier in the reading about connecting and trusting your intuition. But it says repeating patterns are keeping you from making a new choice in this situation. Break free from old ways of thinking and ask for new insight. And our last direct message is the choice card. So that's really funny that that came out too, because I was talking about choices. And it says, you're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that's right for you. The time is now. So that's a very direct message as well. So, with that said, this concludes the reading. I want to thank everyone again for extending your high vibrational energy to the reading. I am definitely sending you lots of love and happiness. And I do hope that things do work out for you. And if anything here connects with you on a very deep personal level, definitely trust that you do have it within you to make the best choices for you, because again, you are the conscious creator of your life. You get to decide how things flow for you. This reading only is just highlighting the collective energy of what you already know is true. So you already know what to do within you in order to make certain outcomes happen for you. Again, I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your day, and I will see you in the next reading.